باسمه تبارك وتعالى. With much gratitude towards the organizers, Türkkad and Jamal Noor Hoja and Professor Mahmoud Kilic for making our presence possible. I'm afraid my contribution is not as lofty as some of the inspired and illuminating presentations we've heard previously. It's a little bit more pedestrian and takes the domain of aql for granted. In recent decades, the greatest Sheikh, Muhyiddin ibn Arabi, has aroused the imagination of many across many cultures. This itself is an affirmation of the universality and the relevance of it. In the following remarks, our interest is merely to point out certain anticipations within Islamic tradition of features of Ibn Arabi's treatment of the imagination, particularly the initial bridge between the realm of physical forms and shapes and the intermediate realms combining qualities of spirit and body named Alam al-Mithal, the world of imagination. Complementing the background, we may have time to glance at integration of Ibn Arabi's insights into the common stock of Islamic thinking about an imaginal realm of ideal figures or imaginal forms, mithal, underlying how widespread his experience found acceptance and guided others in later Islamic thought. The striking feature of the Muslim imaginative seizure of significance is how certain symbolic narratives, often in the form of hadith, became integrated into Muslim thinking, were meditated upon and creatively reimagined to vehicule important religious concepts. Attempts were also made to rationally validate the conceptual adequacy of such narratives for conveying more sophisticated and intellectually complex teachings, joining together cosmogony, spiritual ethics, and trans-rational metaphysics. We began with the famous utterance of God's messenger that raises the question whether after death Muhammad is visible in his physical reality or by an imaginal reality. قال رسول الله من رآني في المنام فقد رآني فإن الشيطان لا يتمثل بي. Whoever sees me in dream, he really has seen me, for truly Satan does not visualize two humans in my image. Alternative wordings occur in its multiple transmissions. فإن الشيطان لا يتصور لا يتشبه لا يتخيل بي. These overlapping expressions suggest the appearance to the human in dream state of a form, image, surah, or a similitude, shibh, or a phantom apparition, khayal, of the Prophet in a different mode from his physical bodily existence, namely his mithal. However, a number of early authorities transmitted a more literal conception of la yatamathalu bi, whereby the phrase faqad ra'ani was completed by faqad ra'ani fil yaqza. He has really seen me in the waking state, or fasayarani fil yaqza. He shall see me in the waking state. In an interesting discussion of this hadith, the erudite Shafi'i authority Ibn Hajar al-Haytami, who died in Mecca in 974 of the Hijrah of 1567, in his commentary on At-Tirmidhi's Ash-Shama'il al-Nabawiyya, cites various authorities concerning seeing the Prophet in the waking state. One view held that this might mean one shall see Muhammad in the very mirror the Prophet had used, invoking an account related about Ibn Abbas, who dreamt of the Prophet, then visited one of Muhammad's wives, who showed him the Prophet's mirror, and when Ibn Abbas gazed upon the mirror, he saw reflected in it the image, surah of Muhammad himself. This naive tradition was frowned upon by the critics as incredible. The expression, Satan does not visualize two humans in my image, لا يتمثل بي, was explained with the help of a variant hadith reported also in Al-Bukhari with the wording, Satan is not fashioned, shaped after the form of my being. لا يتكونني أو لا يتكون كوني. Many held the real import of this prophetic utterance to be that Muhammad would invariably be seen in dream vision in his actual physical form, just as he appeared during his lifetime. Haytami records the opinions of eminent authorities upon the modalities of such a vision of God's messenger, whether in waking state or in dream, but we shall only draw attention to his citation of Al-Ghazali's view given in a fatwa addressing the question of vision of God in dream state. This fatwa is not cited officially by Haytami. He probably cites it after Subki's Tabaqat al-Shafi'iyya, but the full text has been published recently in the philosophical anthology of Maraghe, which Nasrullah Khurjabadi put out as an appendix to the Masail al-Ukhrawiyya text. Ghazali says in Haytami's abbreviated form, what is intended by he really has seen me is not a vision of Muhammad's physical form, jism, rather a vision of the mithal, imaginal form, which he came to acquire. So the vision leads to the intelligible concept, ma'na, which is in my rational soul. And likewise his saying, فَسَيَرَانِي, he shall see me, namely in the waking state, فَلْيَقْظَ. It was said to him, isn't what is intended that he sees my figure, shakl, and my body? Ghazali said, the instrument is either real, essential, or imaginal, conceptual. وَالْآلَةِ إِمَّا حَقِيقِيَّةً أَوْ خَيَالِيَّةً. And the soul is other than the conceptualized imaginal form, al-mithal al-mutakhayyal. While the perceived figure is not Muhammad's spirit, nor his person, shakhs, but rather his mithal, imaginal form, strictly speaking. Similarly, for the vision of him, God, blessed and exalted in sleep, etc. Thus, Al-Ghazali affirms that what might be seen in dream vision of Muhammad is not the person, the shakhs, of the Prophet, nor his spirit, ruh, but in actuality, the imaginal form of his sacred spirit, mithal ruhihi al-muqaddasa, possessing figure, form, and color. Haytami then invokes the view of Jalaluddin al-Suyuti, a later scholar,